Respected President of Paramartha Niketan Rishikesh, Pujaniya Swami Chidananda Saraswati Ji, respected dignitaries and other officials present here, Namaskar and good morning to all. I would like to convey my warm greetings to the Honorable Ministers of the Government of India, Honorable Chief Minister of Haryana, respected Swami Chidananda Saraswati Ji, respected Yoga Gurus, respected senior government officials, and all the distinguished guests and participants gathered here to celebrate Yoga Mahotsav 2022. India is globally acclaimed as the Udagam Sthal of Yoga. The world takes pride in the fact that it is India that introduced and shared the most aesthetic art of yoga. Due to our Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi Ji's endeavor, the United Nations Organization declared 1st June as International Day of Yoga. As a matter of fact, yoga stands as the unparalleled soft power of our country amongst the world today. As mentioned in our sacred epic, the Bhagavad Gita, Yog Karmasu Kausalam, meaning yoga is not only physical well-being, but whatever positive we do with dedication, respect, and devotion, all those acts become a part of yoga. Therefore, for us in India, patriotism, discipline, and love for the motherland is also a part of yoga and meditation. I am very delighted that the Morarji Desai Institute of Yoga under the Ministry of Ayush, Government of India, has started this historic countdown to 100 days yoga, giving more emphasis to the International Day of Yoga 2022. This is a significant national milestone, and we warmly congratulate the entire team involved in reaching the goals of the 8th edition of the International Day of Yoga. This journey of yoga has come a long way under the dynamic leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi Ji. Under his leadership, the health facilities of Ayush have spread far and wide, including our state Sikkim. The basic objectives of the event is to give a wider promotion and publicity to the various dimensions of yoga and its utility. In Sikkim, yoga has been a part of our historic culture existence and a magnificent aspect of its religious philosophy that brings together Hinduism, Buddhism, and other vibrant religions that we have followed and practiced during the last 4 centuries. Yoga, as interpreted and practiced as meditation, is an integral and involved component of Hindu and Buddhism philosophy. Perhaps that is the reason why Sikkimese people remain relatively joyful, contented, and accommodating. Yoga is part of the school curriculum today in Sikkim, where more than 500 teachers trained by Patanjali Yogpith impart the knowledge and wisdom and ascetic practice of yoga in all the government schools. In our endeavor to constantly upgrade these facilities, we are supported by various institutions, including Rashtriya Madhyamik Shiksha Abhiyan, and have seen a large-scale interest in yoga among the parents and peers groups. All these have enhanced the level of confidence, ability to make meaningful conversation, and depth of concentration among our children. Our students have done extremely well in the national level yoga Olympiad and have won several laurels. Celebrating the International Yoga Day and World Peace Day at the state level with mass yoga demonstration involving more than 2,000 students at Falls Stadium in our state has now become a regular feature. During the 3 deadly waves of the COVID-19 pandemic, our government, while following the national safety norms and far-reaching instruction and advice from the Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi Ji, we especially promoted yoga as a core instrument of physical well-being and mental tranquility from school to communities and public institutions and factories to other commercial units. On those days of school closure, we provided online refresher courses on yoga to the trainers and the students. The theme, Be with Yoga, Be at Home, drove the whole spectrum of educational institute in the state during the most upsetting days of the pandemic. Honorable Minister Sri Sarvananda Sonalji, let me take this rare opportunity to make the following few proposals, primarily to enhance the propagation and gravity of yoga to far-off places and to make yoga a potent instrument of tourism, people's wellness, and national well-being as it is the demand of the hour. I would also like to take the privilege of the gracious presence of the Honorable Union Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Sri Bhupendra Yadavji, while making this proposal. Firstly, with its fabulous and different biodiversity, water towers, mountain topography, and socio-culture gift, today Sikkim has emerged as the leader of ecotourism practices. It is a fast-evolving wellness destination. Each village now has organically built homestay facilities that would lastly keep away the stresses and depressions that a city dweller usually undergoes. We would like to further consolidate this by upscaling and relocating yoga in the serene environment and decent climate of the mountain. We therefore propose the establishment of the National Yoga and Meditation Institute at the highland vicinity of Guru Dungmar Lake in North Sikkim. This would be a global institution that would also impart knowledge about the importance of yoga in the conversation of nature, mountain, resources, and India's contribution to climate change, discourses, and mitigation. This institute would be an extended program of Moraji Desai Yoga Institute, also supported by a pioneer institute like Paramartha Niketan, headed by Pujanya Swami Chidananda Saraswati Ji. Secondly, Sikkim is also widely known for its traditional medicines and its folk curative practices based on its native and historical built organic mountain agriculture heritage. Sikkim, along with the entire Northeast region, harbors over 50% of Indian flora. Similarly, over 6,500 species are used medicinally in the country, in which the share of the northeastern region has been over 60%. There is an urgent need to protect our natural assets, which have been decreasing over the last few years. Honorable Sir, I have been personally involved in promoting traditional medicinal knowledge of the mountain region as a global commercial venture. Our government would be keen to establish the Himalayan Herbs and Medicine Center at our upcoming Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose University of Excellence in Sikkim. This will cover the entire Himalayan region of India and the Hindu Kush, including Bhutan, Nepal, and other countries. Honorable Minister, Sir, we request you to spare some of your valuable time and visit our state so that we could further develop this national interest project. This way, India as a land of yoga would also evolve as a land of organic medicines. I would also like to propose that under the 100 Cities program of International Day of Yoga 2022, Sikkim would host a trans-border four-sided yoga event wherein youth delegates from the 3 neighboring countries, including Bangladesh, Bhutan, and Nepal, will be invited along with those from India. This fits perfectly with our Honorable Prime Minister's neighborhood first policy and Act East policy, and will revive our historic culture relations with our neighbors. I would therefore personally like to urge the Honorable Minister of State for External Affairs, Madam Meenakshi Lekhi, to facilitate this quadrilateral yoga event. May I underline the famous quote of the Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji, that is, yoga is an invaluable gift of India's ancient tradition. It is not about exercise, but to discover the sense of oneness with yourself, the world, and the nature. We all very warmly remember the yoga, asana, and meditation of our Honorable Prime Minister at Kedarnath Dham a few years back. Before I conclude, I would like to mention the quote from the ancient epic, that is Durlabham Bharate Janma, meaning it is very rare to be born in our country, India, which is also known as Yoga Bhumi and Santa Bhumi. Corresponding to the context, the practice of yoga is blossoming and growing more vibrant with each passing day, and I believe it will continue to reach greater height, achieving the pinnacle of success. My best wishes are always there with the Ministry of Ayush for their initiative towards uniting the whole country together through this practice. I would once again like to express my immense debt of gratitude to the Ministry of Ayush for giving me this opportunity to be a part of the celebration and also to put forth my views and proposals before this imminent gathering. I am very delighted to be personally called over the phone by the Honorable Union Minister Sri Sonalji, inviting me to be a part of this historic program. As such, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the Honorable Union Minister, Sir, for the kind concern. Last but not the least, I am very delighted to behold this momentous program, and it is my privilege to be among the prominent dignitaries present here. I extend my best wishes for the blissful journey and a grand success of this health, peace, and prosperity-oriented program. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
धन्यवाद.